coming down the tunnel earlier, ready to do battle on their home floor. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated tonight as we get a look at our broadcast setting from the skies high above. Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Washington Wizards. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, the writing was on the wall for the end of the grit and grind era in Memphis. So Mike Conley, the Grizzlies' all-time leader in points, assists, three-pointers, and games played, knew it was time for him to part ways with the organization. And joining Utah, Conley is on a team with a chance to once again compete deep into the playoffs. And Kevin, he's a significant upgrade for the Jazz.
You're right, DA, a big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. A chance now to check out the race for Rookie of the Year. Always exciting to see the promise of the youngsters. A season under the belts. Who took the league by storm? There have been times where he's shown his potential. But as of now, he isn't in the conversation for the award.
And time has probably run out for him to put any kind of a serious charge up that list.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Greg. And he may move up a spot or two, but he will not crack the top 10. He's had a little trouble, I think, with the physicality of NBA basketball.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Now this Bertans out there with Bryant. And it's Smith. And it's Wall. And it's Beal in at the 3 slot. And for the Jazz, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings, and it's Conley in at point guard. Now here's Wall playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. And Bryant kicks to Smith, looking for Bertans. He gets it there. That one goes in. Bertans got his team on the board to start the game for Washington. Couple teams now, Doris, slumping here in the middle of the season. How can they avoid lengthy cold streaks, the absence of wind?
Yeah, I think this is where veteran leadership can become such an integral part of the success over the course of a long season. This is the point when you start to lose games, you can sort of break apart and splinter, and that is where that veteran leadership in the locker room, just to keep everybody unified, can be so critical.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. 20 points for him last game against Boston.
How about the intensity of Bogdanovich? A superb dunk off the drive.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Utah comes into this one after the win against the Celtics. Bryant dishes the Wall. Rebounded by the Jazz. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with a win.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
I think sometimes the bench can make or break you in a particular game, and that was a total team effort, no question.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
From deep, Wall.
Boy, the lateral quickness of Donovan Mitchell. What a solid defender.
Wall, no luck. It's stolen by Wall. Bertans in the post. Defended by Gobert. Pass to Bryant. The Wizards with another miss.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Conley gets the bucket.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Wall against Mitchell. And Wall. Here we go now. And Wall with the slam.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Now here is Conley. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Boston.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
Mitchell with it. Bertans defending, and it's Mitchell missing.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Oh, Beal in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
What a beautiful connection there. Beal showing off the hang time.
The Jazz have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Conley surveying the D. Mitchell wide open. Good on the three-point shot.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Wizards trail by 3. Outside Beal. Here's Bryant. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Conley against Smith. Outside Conley. Passes it to Mitchell. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
The Wizards have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. It's Wall with the drive, and he makes that one.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Mitchell. Following the basket by John Wall. Outside Conley. Shoots the 3. And the Jazz another 3.
And this pumps the whole team up. Conley's shooting ability brings energy and excitement.
Wall against Ingles. Right side Wall. Elbow shot. The shot comes out. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this, Greg. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
Now here's Beal. He had 13 points in the win against Brooklyn.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And so it's Utah here with the ball after the basket by Washington. Here's Mitchell. Utah the rebound. Second shot opportunity, and Ingles finishes inside.
See, I think you want more of this from Joe Ingles. He has the size and length to keep plays alive.
Here's Wall. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. And one of those glue guys, Joe Ingles. Doris, talk about what he's brought to the table.
Oh, he brings so much to the table. Joe is an excellent shooter and passer. Mentally, he's got a great IQ. He's a leader, a communicator. And I'll say this to you, on the defensive end, they typically give him a very tough guard.
Here's Conley following the basket by John Wall. Outside Bogdanovich. From deep. A shot off that time. Great D that time from Beal. Washington trailing. And there's the pass to Bertans. And finished off by Bertans.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good. Well, spectacular athleticism from the 7-foot center Gobert. Wow.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Wizards. Teardrop shot, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And glad to see John Wall back out there after fighting back from his Achilles injury he suffered in early 2019.
And obviously, Kevin, an Achilles injury is very worrisome for any athlete, but particularly one like John Wall, whose speed is a major part of his game. But boy, he looks good out there, and you hope he avoids any more injuries the rest of his career.
that drops, so they now lead by 1. George, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, two guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree. Conley's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Wizards passing it around. Here's Moutier. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And the Jazz lead by 3.
Well, Emmanuel Moutier, that kind of shot will up your field goal percentage, gentlemen.
Now here's Wall. 9 points in the game so far. Banked in off the glass. Wall's got 11 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Outside Conley. Now here's Gobert. D right on him. Back to Conley. Over Napier. Conley's shot is off. The Wizards shooting has been tremendous early. Their offense looking primed and ready for this matchup. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Well, this is what you love about Bradley Beal. He doesn't have to dominate the basketball. Just get him a shot in the flow of the offense.
And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Here's Napier. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And it's a 3-point Washington lead. Now here's Conley. Napier covering. Pass to Moutier. Right side Davis. 9 feet out. Good. He hits the jump shot.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Here's Napier after Ed Davis's score. Pass to Beal. From the arc. And it's Napier missing. Utah has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Conley up top. Back to Moutier. Moutier against Wall. Passes to Wagner. To the middle. Wall, no luck.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Conley gets the bucket. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now here's Napier. Over by Conley. Now the pass to Wall. No good from outside.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Conley kicks to Moutier. Pass to Clarkson. Shoots over Beal. Davis. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Jazz lead by 3.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. Just doing the job on the backboard.
And that one good from Clarkson.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
.124 left to play in the first quarter. All with it. He's got 11. Pass to Wagner. To end the cold streak. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. The Wizards have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And the first one drops.
And the Utah fans known league-wide for their passion.
This is a very tough place to get a win on the road, Greg. You know that as well as anyone. You've got the elevation, second highest in the league, and as you mentioned, those fans are loud, proud, and passionate.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Emmanuel Mudiay, and Williams Goss subbed in for Mike Conley. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against Brooklyn. Here's Williams Goss. Napier covering. Clarkson taking his time here. Clock at 6. Gobert trying to get open. Williams Goss misses. Wizards trail by 3. Here's Beal. O'Neal with the rebound. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul. Mahimi's checked in for the Wizards. .41 seconds left to play here in the first. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Bradley Beal picks one up.
Jordan Clarkson tends to draw a lot of contact. If you look at his career, he doesn't end up at the free throw line as often as you'd think.
The Wizards making a switch here. Smith is checked in. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Williams Goss the pass to Clarkson. Passes it to Williams Goss. 5 on the clock. Here's the dish to Gobert. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Napier. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Jazz out in front. They're up by 2. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and you know, people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of, you know, laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing. But I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking. And, Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And, guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
So on the floor for Washington, you've got Hachimura. Napier is out there with Ish Smith. Then there's Bell. And it's Mahimi in its center. The shot's good. Bell's got his first points in this one.
Well, defensively, don't forget about Jordan Bell, especially when he's that close to the rim.
Williams Goss the pass to O'Neal. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Though probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
O'Neal hits them both.
Guys, when you think about the Jazz, you are talking about an elite defensive unit. Rudy Gobert in the middle, the defensive player of the year, and the guys around him are committed to the scheme and outstanding individual defenders.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Tries again, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Here's Williams-Goss. Utah getting another chance here. And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Back to Gobert.
Man, Kevin, this is what you're paying Jan Mahimi to do, right? Contest shots, perhaps intimidate a little bit on the defensive end.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And it's Napier missing. And the Jazz very disciplined at the defensive end.
Now, Kevin, you have a veteran squad with the anchor Rudy Gobert, one of the elite shot blockers in the entire league. And this is a group that's so important here. They defend without fouling.
Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
A free throw drops for Gobert.
Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
That one misses.
Because of Rudy Gobert's thin frame, people were trying to take advantage of him early physically in his career. For the Jazz, they wanted him to get stronger, get in the weight room, and become more of a problem.
Now, here is O'Neal. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And stolen by Napier. In transition, here come the Wizards. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
The Wizards haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. And the first one drops. And for 7-footers like Gobert, it seems, Doris, there's more risk of injury.
Well, everything the Jazz organization has done with Rudy has focused from the core down. They want to make sure their big man has functional strength that eases pressure on the knees and ankles. Both of those areas have been so problematic for guys his size.
And he makes both free throws. Jazz leading by 3. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. And they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. Mitchell's shot is good.
Wow, gentlemen, the quick first step of Donovan Mitchell gets the advantage, and it's over.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. The pass to Mahimi. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's Williams-Goss. Napier covering. Ingles passes to Williams-Goss. He dishes it to Davis. Rebound by Mahimi. Mahimi's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Smith. Offensive rebound. And they convert at last on attempt number 3.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Now, here's Ingles. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Boston.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
The Jazz need to get off a shot here. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Ingles has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Smith against Mitchell. Stolen by Mitchell. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
When he's determined to finish, Donovan Mitchell is so good powering through whatever the defense puts in his path. Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
And that one misses. And Doris, you mentioned baseball where he played pitcher and shortstop. But Mitchell doing just fine, I think, in basketball.
No doubt, Kevin. He's come a long way since high school because back then he was a power dunker and defender. But his transformation into an elite offensive player in the NBA, this is just a credit to this young man's work ethic.
Now Napier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Smith outside. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That is his first foul of the game. And Utah making a change here. Moutier is checked in. John Wall's checked in for the Wizards. And Washington has possession. Trailing here by 8 to the paint. Here's Mahimi. And just miss after miss right now.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Count the basket.
I'll tell you, Ingles is just such a pro. This guy is unafraid despite the defense.
And here's Napier. Utah with the rebound.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Doesn't go that time. And the Wizards now going the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Here's Mitchell following the 3-pointer by Washington. Moutier looking around. Shot clock at 5. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Jazz lead by 9.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Wall against Ingles. And Wall kicks to Bell. Now here's Napier. And Davis pulls it down.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable. You know, two things happen there. Excellent coverage on the shot, and then finish the possession securing the boards.
And Wall with the slam.
Well, physical finish by Wall, and if you're defending, you've got to get your money's worth.
Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Now here is Davis. 6 points for him. And here's Bogdanovich for 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Wasted no time on that one. Now just a 1-point Utah lead.
It always helps when John Wall is knocking home that triple. The dribble drive ability has always been there. Now look out, the balance in his game.
Gobert, he's checked in for Davis. Conley against Wall. Fires the 3. That's good from Moutier on the assist from Conley. Moutier's got 5 now.
Well, this to me is the critical aspect that Emmanuel Moutier must develop. Can he knock down three-point shots? He does so there.
Now here's Wall. He's got 19. Fires at the elbow. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, Doris, you look at Joe Ingles. He's quietly become one of the better small forwards in the NBA.
And he is the prototypical don't judge a book by its cover, because they call him slow-mo Joe or average Joe. But dig a little bit deeper. This guy is a quality playmaker and a knockdown shooter.
That one is off.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah.
What you love about Joe Ingles is he's going to give you a little bit of everything. He can score it, he can pass it, he can board it, and he can guard. Whatever you need, he's going to bring it.
Now here's Gobert. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Got that bucket in no time at all. Clarkson's got his second basket of the night.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Here's Wagner. Coming in off a 12-point game, his last outing. Here's Hachimura. That's good from 17 feet away. 7 points in the game.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Misses off the left iron. Wizards trail by 5. Here's Beal. Can't cash in from close range.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Washington's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. The Jazz making a switch here. O'Neal's checked in. Bryant passes to Wagner. And Wall kicks to Beal. Rebounded by the Jazz. O'Neal with it. Clarkson finds Conley. Back to Clarkson. Jazz passing it around. Here's O'Neal. A three-pointer off the mark.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now, here is O'Neal. Makes it off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 9.
Well, 1 make in 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
There's 1:26 left in the first half of the game. Conley against Wall. Wall draws the double. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wall's got 21 in the game.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Pass to Moutier. Conley against Beal. Just 4 to shoot. And that one good from Clarkson.
Oh, great ball movement there.
51 seconds left in the first half. Beal dishes to Bryant. 13 feet away. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's O'Neal. And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Pass to Clarkson. Here's the 3. And Wagner pulls it down. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. 9-point game. It's stolen by Moutier. Oh, and here comes Conley all alone.
Well, the length, the quickness, the ability of Emmanuel Moutier to make himself a factor defensively. Nice.
Now Wall. From deep three-point range. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Jazz ending the second quarter on a 14-4 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Nobody had an answer for Mike Conley in the first. He had 11 points, 7 assists, and 1 block. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? you commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley. He never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference, but make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
That's good from Conley. And Greg, you talk to Conley, he'll admit he's been frustrated trying to break through and get that recognition.
Still, the way he plays the game, not focused on his individual numbers, unselfish, and focused on what the team needs to win.
So he gets them both.
Fourth selection back in the 07 draft, Conley has been a reliable guard for many years.
Conley against Wall. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Mitchell. Wall with a block.
You see the wingspan and the timing by John Wall. What a defensive effort.
It's stolen by Bryant. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Pulls up for three. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Wall.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Now the feed to Ingles. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 8th assist in the game.
See, Joe Ingles doesn't blow you away with physical strength. It's his craftiness that makes him effective, especially scoring through contact.
Wizards trail by 12. Wall looking it over. Good work defensively by Conley.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Ingles against Bryant. Here's Gobert. Nails the wide open jump shot. Gobert's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Smith against Bogdanovich. Smith, no luck.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Passes it to Bogdanovich. Over Bryant. Kept alive. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. And the Jazz lead by 16.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Wall against Conley. It's Wall with the drive. And that one is good. Wall's got 26 points.
How confident and aggressive John Wall has been tonight. This guy understands when he has to shoulder the load.
Conley against Smith. Here's Mitchell. The shot, no good. And the Wizards now going the other way. And here is Bertans. He's got 6. The pass to Bryant. All with it. Conley picks him up. Bryant gets a wide open look. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Bryant's got 5 now.
Well, a lot of Wall's passes end up on the highlight reel. He just makes it so easy for his guys to catch and finish.
Now here is Conley. 13 points in the game. Outside Bogdanovic. The 3 nailed from three-point land. 7 points in the game.
Well, this is Bojan Bogdanovic's specialty. You make a 3 on one end, he says, I got your back.
Washington calls timeout.
Boy, when you talk to his teammates and his coaching staff, Bojan Bogdanovic, one of the toughest guys you'll see in the league. He doesn't say much, kind of stays to himself, but boy, when the ball goes up, does this guy compete.
Williams-Goss is checked in for Mike Conley. And a change for the Wizards. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Ish Smith. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And it's Bryant missing. And growing up a young child in the violence of Croatia during the Yugoslav wars, Doris, Bogdanovic said it affected everyone.
Not only that, Kevin, but think about it. This is a young man who at 16 years of age left his home on his own to go play pro basketball in Madrid. And what does it translate to? Well, he can now speak 4 languages. I'll tell you this, Bogey knows a thing or two about resiliency.
Jordan Bell's checked in for the Wizards.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
Now, here is Bell. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Shot clock at 6. And again, Washington, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Ingles kicks to Bogdanovic. Pulls up. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Jazz lead by 19. Greg, nowadays teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Washington calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. His last 10 games have been exceptional. First in rebounding, second in blocks, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Now, here's Napier. Outside, Wall. Just 5 on the clock. The Wizards with another miss.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Williams-Goss has got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Bertans can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Williams-Goss, the pass to Mitchell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Bryant.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Davis comes in for Joe Ingles, and it's Clarkson in for Bogdanovich. He's perfect from the line this time. And the Jazz say they need a fundamentally sound process to building their roster. Doris, no shortcuts.
Well, there's no question about that, Kevin. This is a group that has to be value-spaced with their free agent acquisitions in a small market. The draft picks have got to be smart. Their teaching and cultivating of that talent and development is absolutely critical.
Washington calls timeout. Doris, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said. Now, here's Mitchell. 16 points for him. Beal against Clarkson. Mitchell. Offensive rebound. Here's Davis. A second chance effort. Misses at the rim. Wizards trail by 21. Here's Napier. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Here's Williams-Goss. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And it's Mitchell missing. To the inside. Here's Gobert. And another shot. Bell with the block.
Well, the high motor, versatile defender, Jordan Bell, twice on the pipes.
Moutier, he's checked in for the Jazz. And a change for the Wizards. Wagner's checked in. Clarkson against Beal. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Wizards trail by 18, and it's Wall in the corner. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Utah's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Pass to Williams-Goss. And here's Clarkson. Pass to Davis. Tries from 10, and that one goes long.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Wall passes to Mahinmi. The kick out to Wall. Back to Mahinmi. Dishes it to Beal. 6 to shoot. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at the Jazz. They've had a great season, and will look to extend that into the playoffs.
And seeing where Utah is, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Wall's shot is off. Utah leading by 15. Pass to Moutier. They need this one. Washington with the rebound. Mahimi's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it. What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And the playmaking of Joe Ingles, such a valuable asset for the Jazz.
Well, Greg, they've needed more shot creation, and his growth in that regard, especially operating in the pick and roll, such a big lift to their offense.
The Jazz making a switch here. O'Neal's checked in. Hachimura, he's checked in for Washington. Now here's Moutier. He's covered closely. Davis, the pass to Moutier. Over Napier. Good on the 7-footer. Moutier's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by the Wizards.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Down by 15. It's stolen by Moutier. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, when Moutier plays with passion, this guy capable of converting through contact.
And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Moutier certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
A free throw good for Moutier.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Now here's Wall. He has 29. No good there. Gobert with the defensive effort. Clarkson against Wall. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Wizards trail by 18. Right wing. Wagner passes to Wall. Here's Wagner. He's covered by Clarkson. And another miss by Washington. Utah's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Moutier kicks to O'Neal. Tries from 10. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist by O'Neal. Davis has got 8 points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Washington's gone to the 3-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Now here's Napier, defended by Moutier. Outside, Wall, just 5 to shoot. Poked away, stolen by Clarkson. Here's O'Neal. Davis kicks to Moutier. The pass to Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. Off target with his 3.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the 3-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Now, here is O'Neal, following the miss by John Wall. And now look at the upcoming schedule for the Jazz. On Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Wednesday, they're off to New York to face the Knicks.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And that one misses.
Well, at 7'1", Rudy Gobert has become known as the Stifle Tower, and this guy's starting to excel and get a bigger role on the offensive end.
And Washington making a change here. Smith has checked in. And the second free throw, good. 46 seconds left to play here in the third. That's tipped. And Moutier throws it down.
This is a strength of Moutier's, right? Get into the lane, put your speed to good use.
So it's the Wizards now. Smith the pass to Bryant. Can they get it? Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Jazz. Conley now comes in for O'Neal. He hits both from the stripe. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Conley dishes to Gobert. Moutier against Smith. Moutier pass to Conley. Kicks it to Gobert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bryant with the rebound. Here's Hachimura. And the miss. And so it's Utah with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Now, Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Wizards. Ish Smith is out there with Wall. Then it's Thomas Bryant. And it's Wagner in at power forward.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
Now here is Conley. Pass to Clarkson. Now, here's Ingles. He's guarded closely. Conley with the 3. Utah the rebound.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets him another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Bertanis, he's checked in for Mo Wagner. Wizards trail by 19. Smith kicks to Bertans. Utah with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Here's Clarkson, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Washington.
The one thing with Clarkson, sometimes he can get a little out of control, and he does a tremendous job creating offense and putting himself in a position to attack.
Free throw good. Clarkson occupying that instant offense role, Doris. Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
And both free throws good for Clarkson. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
Here is Conley. Following the basket by John Wall, and the basket by Ingles.
Well, this is one of the strong points of Joe Ingles' very well-rounded game, the mid-range on point.
Smith against Ingles. Pass to Wall. Passes it to Hachimura. He kicks it to Smith. Over Ingles. Wizards working now with the new shot clock. Bryant passes to Bertens. Count it. Utah leading by 19 points. Ingles finds Clarkson. Outside Conley. It's stolen by Smith. And now here comes Wall leading the break. That three off the mark. Conley against Smith. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
And that one falls for Mike Conley. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Beal with the steal. Here's Bertens. Mitchell against Wall. There's the pass to Bryant. The fadeaway. The shot missing. And it's Utah the other way. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Wizards have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Smith the pass to Beal. One-on-one here. And it's Conley that time on the assist from Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 6 assists in the game. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to Bryant. Gobert with the block.
This is Gobert's specialty. Twice on the pipes from the stifled tower.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Now, here's Wall. They need this. Good D by Mitchell. The Jazz have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Smith, the pass to Bryant. All with it. Now here's Bryant. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
And Mitchell, no good on that one.
It's crazy to think that 12 teams passed on Donovan Mitchell. He has become a premier scorer in the NBA. Oh, would they love a do-over.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
His leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Here's Niang. Here's Bradley. And the rejection by Mahinmi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahinmi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. Pass to Mahinmi. Clock at 6. Robinson for 3. But they recover it. Mahinmi passes to Schofield. The 3. Knocked away. Here's the Jazz with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Passes to Niang. From 8, and the basket is good. Niang's got his first basket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
So it's the Wizards now. Outside Robinson. Here's Williams-Goss. And the pass to Niang. Here's Williams-Goss over Brown. Williams-Goss misses.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
Brown inside, covered by Mitchell. And the layup's good off the glass. Brown's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Mitchell outside. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And you were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure. But it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Washington's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Robinson passes to Schofield. Good on the bucket.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
The Jazz have gone 8-13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Here's Williams-Goss. And the call will be against George Niang. That is his first foul of the game. O'Neal's checked in for Mitchell. Now here is Robinson. Not a lot of room. Mahimi passes to Schofield. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Here's Williams-Goss. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this: the NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
Here's Robinson after the basket by Utah. Bell passes to Mahimi. The Wizards working the ball around now. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Shooting two.
That free throw good from Brown. Michael Conley, he's checked in for the Jazz. And Brown drops them both. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
It's stolen by Brown. Pass to Mahimi. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And another miss by Washington. And it's Conley with the ball for the Jazz. O'Neal kicks to Bradley. Down low. Conley's shot is off. Washington's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Utah.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Rudy Gobert.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
On offense, here are the Wizards. Robinson passes to Brown. And it's blocked by Bradley. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Niang. Over Mahinmi. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Robinson with it. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Rudy, another strong performance for you guys. How good is this team playing right now?
We're playing great. It's all about our defense. When we play defense, when we focus, we communicate, and after we get easy stuff on the offensive end.
Rudy, a great win. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.